Hello and welcome back to Roguelike Thursdays. So let's see what we got today for our random game. Jeffrey White. Nope, that's a person. NetzHack is the complete German translation of NetHack. Okay. I'm not sure what to do with this. I could just play NetHack. I could play NetHack in German. Let's see how easy this is. Now, why is there an English section on this? Well, let's see what it's like. So it was done in 2021, which means I don't think it's going to be as up to date as NetHack itself. Well, not NetHack. I guess NetHack hasn't, but NetHack 4 has. So I guess, yeah, this is just base NetHack. Okay. Oh wait, no. Let's do it. I don't want the text console. I want the grafische Oberfläche. Of course. Classic mistake. Alright, let's give it a shot. So I don't speak German, and I can't move the window, so it's just gonna have to be over here, I guess. I'll probably move it around in editing. But where bist du? Ich bin... No, it has to be... We're German, so I'm... Lord Cameron. Make it German with a K. Okay. Roll. I would like to play as a... Is tourist really the same word? So Valkyrie, I believe that means. Swordsman, maybe? Barbarian. When I play NetHack, I like to play as a knight. There it is. Reater, I think, is... And man, elf, dwarf, gnome, orc. Can you be an orc? No, you can't. Okay. I will have... which I believe is good alignment. And my Geschlecht will be... Oh, gender. I assume. Will be man body or woman body, I think is what those mean. I don't know why it would be... I'm pretty sure that doesn't matter in NetHack. Women can control cockatrices, I think, possibly, and maybe don't get seduced. Okay, so that means play, I think. No idea, no idea. Okay, im Busch von Lug stagt Geschrib. Right. Nachwollen der Schöpfung. I'm allergic to German. Schöpfung rebellierte der Grammesgott Moloch gegen der Vormach von Marduk dem Schöpfer. I don't believe Moloch is part of normal NetHack, is it? Maybe it is. Have to get the amulet of Yendor in the caverns of Hell, maybe? The underworld, where something, something, something. Good. Let's go. Oh. That's actually pretty hard to see like that. Okay, something Lord Cameron, welcome to NetHack. You ready to be a man knight? Maybe? Okay. I see. There's no V keys here, so this is, how do I test if I can walk sideways? Okay, so I have a pony named Goldstuck, I guess? I'm not sure what that means. And this looks like you have to play with a numpad. So, I will have to grab my numpad. Okay, I'm back with a numpad. Let's see here. Yeah, I can move diagonally, okay. I don't like playing with a numpad, so... yeah, I'll see what I can do here. What am I looking at over there? Oh wait, what did I just do? I tried to swap my weapon, I think. I meant to, oh, I just realized something. So how NetHack works is, like, look, you press L, right? Or examine can be X, or exchange can be X. So if it's German, they might have actually changed the... I'll get this mouse out of the way. If it's German, they might have actually changed the shortcuts. So we'll have to see how that goes. You have no something lesson. No? Okay. I assume that means the door is stuck. Tur, I'll assume is door, and Klempt, I'll assume is stuck. Okay. Right, so there's no ISO search. You have no... Okay, so, right. This is going to be a problem. What do you think search in German is? Probably search. Du hast no Aberfern. Ah, of course. Okay, inventory is the same. Do you... Aha! I can configure that. Is it enter? No. No, that's inventory. I don't know why I'm playing this, why I'm trying to do this. Maybe I'll just switch to NetHack. I think that might be a better idea. But I don't... Let me check if I actually own NetHack. I think I own NetHack 4 instead. And FiqHack. So I have NetHack 4. Yeah. So NetHack 4 is a variant of NetHack. And then I also have FiqHack, which is a variant of NetHack 4. I guess I can just play default NetHack because that's what I rolled. You can get it for Windows at DOS and 3.1. It's such an old game. That's crazy. I'll just get it for Windows though, like modern Windows. Yeah, the reason I don't play NetHack is I don't like the interface basically, and I much prefer NetHack 4's interface. All right, I'm back in English this time. Fighting a lichen over there. We've got a fountain over here. Door's locked. This won't be the same seat, of course. Let's see. I would like the commands, please. I would like kick. Oh, they do have V keys. I guess just the German one doesn't have V keys. Kick is Shift D. Okay. So the German one, Control D? No. Shift D. No. Did I not just see that once? All right, now NetHack, I believe, does have, yeah. So I can just do this. You can just type in what you want to do with the if you type a hash, which is not, you know, oh, weird, which is not the ideal way to do it. Okay, fine. I'll try that door later. You know, the keyboard commands are not actually... Oh wait, no, you just can't walk diagonally into a door. Okay, it's all working. Never mind. Okay, and what have we here? Big empty room. So NetHack is the... Okay, we're surrounded by grid bugs. So NetHack is a game that prides itself on having everything and the kitchen sink. Literally, they actually have a kitchen sink in the game just so they can say that. And you can basically, whatever you think makes sense, you can probably do in the game in some form or another. Like if you're fighting a cockatrice or a Medusa, you can put a blindfold on your head and it can't get you. That's a simple one, but you can also whip out a mirror. Or you can turn into a toad and sit on an egg and have a cockatrice. Like there's everything and more in the game, but it's a very complicated game, as you can see by all the commands, and this is just the simplified commands here. And I opened these up so I could... I forget what I wanted to do, actually. Why am I here? Alright, I wanted to see how to search. And it's a bit clunkier than NetHack 4, the fork of this game, and also FiqHack, which both make it a bit more streamlined. I believe they combine a couple of the commands, so you have to memorize less commands. They make some stuff... I think it just works a little bit better, flows a bit quicker. They also rebalanced... I can't remember... I think it was scrolls they rebalanced. And their help page actually shows you the common commands instead of whatever this is right here. Let's see. Perhaps I want this instead. Yeah, this, okay. So there's nothing assigned to search, it looks like. Right, so that's another thing, is I have to type search, and so they don't assign a lot of these things. So I think, yeah, I am actually searching right now. So I was searching the whole time. It just didn't look like that. Okay, let's go back down to this door for a moment. Yeah, okay, so it's Control D, not Shift D. The care on there means go up to Control. Okay, so the goal of this game is to descend all the floors of the dungeon, get the amulet of Yendor, and then return to the surface. And your main problem here, the other thing FiqHack and NetHack 4 do is they have an overview menu, so you can You can see in the bottom left, maybe. I might have covered it up with my frame. But you can see your stats a lot more clearly, like if you're hungry. It's kind of like Rogue, where you can see if you're hungry and what's going on at all times. You can have your inventory open at all times too, which is really nice, instead of having to go to this screen and back. I don't know why everything is white on this graphical menu. I'm also not used to playing NetHack with images. So I just had a gush of water hit me and now my mail has rusted. How do I look? Let's go back to the guidebook. Okay, so to look is colon. Oh, but what if I want to look further? Well, this might work. No, sorry, this might work. I want to look at something on the map. Ah, it's just a rust trap. Okay, so that you just press / twice. Which, it's a lot simpler to do in... Oh wait, why did that work that time? Oh, I guess semicolon. Okay. So semicolon lets you look, colon lets you look straight down. Okay. So now my armor is rusted because I stood on a rust trap. So right now we're looking for food and staircases, basically. And don't seem to be finding anything over there. You can press Control-click to move until you see something interesting. You can also do Shift-click to move in a straight direction. There's the staircase. I'll just head down. So that's a shift, well, that's a forward arrow, basically. So shift period, if you want to move down. And what have we here? A kobold. All right, that shouldn't be too bad. Now you can occasionally eat kobolds, I believe. Yes. Okay. So I'm actually going to eat the kobold corpse. Just so I'm unencumbered. I think, yeah. In Ancient Domains of Mystery, it's a lot safer to eat random bodies off the ground, I believe. So clearly something's wrong with the floor here. What's going on there? Oh, it's just a doorway? Oh, I see. Okay. Got a scroll full Endwanden. Okay. I believe those words are always like it's from a random list, but it's never... It never gives a clue as to what the scroll actually does. Okay. And this game is already tiring my hands out. It's a very physically intensive game. So there's a slime which I believe will rust our armor if I try to hit it. Our armor. Me and my pony's armor, I guess. But, yeah, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm just going to keep going down. Things get stronger the further you go, so this isn't exactly the best strategy necessarily, but in NetHack you can win the game with just your basic gear. Although I seem to have left my horse on a higher level at this point. So one of the things, I think it's just an Easter egg, but one of the things a knight can do, so a knight, they're a warrior, right? You start with a longsword, a lance, a horse. You can ride the horse, so you can get charge bonus. You start with a bunch of really good armor. But of course, you're a knight, so one of the things you can do is you can jump 1 over and 2 down, in theory. I don't know why it's saying that move's illegal. Because you're a knight, right? So you move like a knight, although it's not being happy with me right now. Ah, you have to type period when you're... I was hitting enter, not period. Okay. So yeah, you can move like a knight. So if I wanted to move here, like pow. Or, okay. Yeah, like there, and pow. So that's what a knight can do. And I don't know what the limitation on using that is. A gnome corpse, a brass lantern, and a cloud of gas. Okay, which put me to sleep. Okay. I would like to drop the... gnome corpse, please. Alright. And right now we're automatically picking up everything, which is what's going on. Okay. And I think knights can read. I was just searching there. It doesn't... That's the other thing that NetHack 3 doesn't do. It doesn't display what I'm doing. Like, I think in Rogue and in NetHack 4, it shows what you're doing the whole time. I wonder if you can turn the graphics off, probably somewhere. So I think they actually make it harder to read what's going on a little bit compared to just ASCII. Okay, so we got a boulder over here. Now you can squeeze past boulders if you take off your armor, I believe. Ah, but yeah, there's 2 boulders in a row. So one of the main things I'm concerned about right now is hunger, and also entering the gnome mines without... So we could try drinking from this fountain. No, drinking. No. Quaff. Drink the fountain, yes. Tepid water is tasteless. Okay. Fountains can be magical, I think. And also if you were, I don't know, maybe you need to rinse out your mouth or something. I'm just going to rush downwards and see what there's to see. So NetHack, it's kind of an odd one. Like, if I could only have one roguelike, it might be NetHack just for the sheer depth. However, it's not my favorite roguelike to play. I prefer playing rogue. Do I want my possessions identified? Sure. Did I accidentally read a scroll, or did the giant rat somehow do something? I don't have anything to identify here, really. I guess everything was identified. Okay. Strange. Oh, did I just die? Oh, I died. That's what's going on. Yeah, so I obviously wasn't paying attention to my health. It's in bottom left as well. Yeah. And that's NetHack right there. We'll do another run. And I'll show... Let's see if we can do... Yeah, here we go. We'll play it proper style now. With just a window. And I shall be Boberto. No thank you. I would like to be a... Now, rangers are ranged, obviously, which is annoying, because I don't like doing ranged combat in almost any roguelike. It's okay in Dungeon Mans. That's the only time I've found ranged combat is actually fine, like good for me. I'll be a rogue, classic. And I will be an orc. Why not? And let's be a male orc rogue. Chaotic, I don't have a choice. Yes. Okay. So now, I think the information's a bit easier to access here, actually, because it's right by my character now. And I seem to have a friend of some sort over here. Ooh. I'd like to look at... Huh. Ah, okay, so the non-graphical interface doesn't let you use V keys. That's interesting. That's a kitten. Okay, and there's a statue of a lichen over there. Okay. Right, and every time something happens, I have to press space to continue. But you can see now... So if I press S... Oh, no, it doesn't show it still. Okay. Oh, and I have to automatically pick up stuff. So it is actually basically a different game at this point. Okay. Picking up items on numpad. I believe you press 0? No. You press plus. No. You press... No. You press period. That do it? Oh, no. That didn't do it. You press enter. You press return. Pick up is comma. Ah, okay. There we go. I got the potion. Okay. So yeah, basically they took Rogue, Hack took Rogue and added a bunch of stuff to it. And then these guys took Hack and made it have way more stuff. There is a version of NetHack on Steam called Vulture, I believe, which you have to pay for. And do not do so because you're getting a graphical interface that isn't that good and it's really outdated and hasn't been updated. It's basically a money grab more than anything. Play FiqHack or something. Play FiqHack or NetHack 4 if you really want a nicer interface. Or just play the NetHack with a graphical interface like I was playing because they added one in. Or if you really can't stand it but you want a really complex deep game, play Ancient Domains Mystery on Steam. You can play Ancient Domains Mystery for free. However, Poison Dart, a black gem, a human corpse. Well, that definitely tells a story. However, you don't get the graphics if you play Adam without. the Steam version. Okay. And what is that supposed to be? Oops. Right. Thank you. What is that? That's a fountain. Okay, so fountains are open brackets. Okay. So this was a game, you know, you have to be patient to play. It's not meant to be quick and to do. A lot of games since have improved, streamlined, let's say, the usability. I fall down the stairs. Oh, because I'm overburdened, so I'm having troubles walking properly. It's I should probably, let's see here. I'm going to remove the leather armor. I'm going to wear, Shift W, the splint mail. Then I'm going to drop the, it's cursed though, right? You cannot drop something you're wearing. So yeah, there's a lot of unnecessary faff to try to do a lot of this stuff. So I will, yeah, it was cursed armor, so now I have -3 armor on that I can't take off. So if I find a rust trap, that's a good use for a rust trap right there, right? And there is a goblin over here. Oh. And you see I just squeezed past the boulder there. You can tell NetHack takes a lot of my brain power because I'm being silent for so much of this. So it's definitely... Oh, there's like an army of newts. Okay. Well, we'll have to... Oh, what? What's the wait option? Ah, there. Okay, period is wait. Kill the newt. Come on, we have 1 HP left. Okay, let us rest. Rest. Let's see. You can, if I press like 8. Oh, weird. You can use the keyboard rather than to. So if I press 4 on the keyboard, I can actually move left. I've wanted that for ages in a game, actually, in like a roguelike. Back when I didn't know how to use V keys, I was like, oh, why don't they just let me do that anyways? But now that there's actually a game that does that, how about that? So I'm just gonna hold down period until my health returns. And then I am going to just drink a random potion. This is the funnest part of games like NetHack, right? Which is just drinking potions and seeing what happens, at least for me. Okay, so I think that was probably just... So that was smooth. So what I can do is I can name an object in the discoveries list. So the thing okay, so it has it for me. So I just discovered that that was a potion of oil. So I guess potion of oil is smooth, so I don't need to name it. But if it just said it was smooth, but it didn't tell me it was oil, what I can do is I can go here and I can say smooth potion. And now it'll have it named. That's my discovery. So let's try drinking this yellow potion. Everything is cosmic. Okay, so that was a potion of hallucination, which makes everything, like every object appear as a different object. So that can be a little bit tricky. Let's see. I don't know if that'll mess up when I'm drinking these. Okay, potion of paralysis, I guess. So I might see something that looks like an enemy and kill my kitten if I'm not careful here. Yeah, this is not an earth elemental, see? Master Mind Flayer, Quantum Mechanic. Now there is a game called Slashem, which is NetHack but with even more stuff. It gets ridiculous. And then there's also Slashem Extended, which has probably too much stuff. Some of it a bit dodgy. But there's people that just, if you really want like a game with too much stuff in it, NetHack Slashem Extended is your game with more stuff than you can believe. Alright, so is this actually gold pieces? Well, if I pick those up, it's hard to say. Okay. Let's just kick this door open. And let's pick up this boomerang, which I assume is not actually a boomerang. We're probably going to have an inventory full of corpses or something. That looks like a trap, I think. Okay. Let's go around here. What have we over here? Oh, we were getting followed by something. That could just be our kitten. We're getting followed by ourselves. Look at that. That's another player or something. That's a forest centerfold. Of course it is. I don't know what that is meant to, I don't know what a forest centerfold is. Right, fall down the stairs again. Awesome. Who walks downstairs anyways? Too slow. We can also just wait until the hallucination wears off. We don't have to keep walking around like this. But where's the fun in that? Take on that Nyan Cat and that Gnome Laureate. And actually what I might do... oh! This thing actually hits pretty hard. It was a jackal probably. Oh, you feel foolish. You haven't been paying attention. You feel tough. Your movements are now unencumbered. You've been leading a healthy lifestyle. So I seem to have done something to increase my constitution. I don't know what I did. I would like to drink from this fountain. A gem in the sparkling waters. Ooh. I'll take that. If you want to play a game with great graphics that is also NetHack, you can play WazHack, which, well, great graphics is subjective. Very easy to parse and play version of NetHack, let's say, would be a better way to put it. Would be WazHack, which is a 2D side-on version of NetHack, which I might have on Steam, actually. WazHack, sorry, not WazHack. WazHack. Maybe I'll show a little bit of that as well, just to do the gamut of NetHacks. And maybe, well, why not? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a NetHack special. So it won't be a proper playthrough of NetHack because, you know, I want to be in the right frame of ability to talk and show stuff off if I really want to do NetHack. And it's such a big game that it's hard to do. But I'll show NetHack 4 or FiqHack maybe just to give you an idea of... It doesn't have to be this complicated to play NetHack. Because it's basically the same game, just someone else's interpretation of how to make it work, right? And it's a very, very long game. There's a lot of alternate routes you can take. There's a place called Sakuban you can go to, which you play the game of Sakuban. There's gnome mines you can go to. And the variety in the game, as you can already see from just the little bit here, is huge. Food is probably going to be your biggest killer more than anything. So I can eat these slime molds or these... I don't know what happens if you eat a slime mold. Apparently it's tasty. Oh, no, sorry. Slime mold. So in the configuration file, there's a question, which is, what is your favorite food? And the default is set to slime mold. So that's what's going on, is that's your favorite food. And so it's good food, but it rots, compared to the iron rations, which don't rot. Or at least don't rot as easily. But, yeah, it's a huge, huge game where you could spend a lot of time exploring each floor, but then you might start starving, so you want to go quick. Different enemies you eat have different effects. Like if you eat a nymph, it might give you the ability to teleport, or you'll teleport randomly more. If you eat a gnome, you'll probably get sick. That sort of thing. And so it's a game where some people like to have like the wiki open while they play the game and just see all the depth that's available to them. I think that's the wrong way to play. I think the way to play is to just be overwhelmed by the sheer amount of stuff in it and just experiment and see what there is to see. Because I think you're basically spoiling the game for yourself if you just read the wiki. You might as well only read the wiki rather than play the game, in that case, I think. Oh, well, that's a quicker way to get down. Yeah, so I was trying to take that door, but then I was trying to take that fall down the stairs, but instead I fell down a trap door, so par for the course. Okay, so these... I wonder if I got stronger just from carrying more stuff. Gnome died over here. Enemies, yeah, I do believe they will fight each other. This looks like it's a staircase up over here. There's a newt over there, so let's... No, an iguana, okay. I guess iguanas look like newts. And you can level up in this game like I just did there. You get more hit points, I believe, when you level up. I don't think your other stats go up, but I'm not sure about that. And one of the nice things about hack-likes, I think it is, versus Moria-likes, in hack-likes, your starting gear tends to be good enough to get you through the whole game. You can find better gear, of course, but your starting gear can do it. Whereas, so if you like progression, you want to play a game like Tome, Tales of Maj'El. But if you like more, oh, I could coat my sword with this potion of oil that I found, and that'll prevent it from rusting. Or I could drink it, or I could throw it at someone, they get covered in oil, and then I shoot a fireball at them, and then they burn more. Like, that's the sort of thing you can do in NetHack. So it's much more about, it's kind of like Zero Edition D&D, where it's combat as war, where you do whatever it takes to win, and the variety of what you can do is enormous. Whereas a game like Tales of Maj'El, or Moria, or Tales of Middle-earth, it's much more about getting more gear, getting more powerful, getting the plus 17 sword, and getting all the special abilities, and the Ring of Invisibility, and everything else. But I prefer this, where if I find another potion of oil, you know, like I said, I can do all those things. Or let's say I'm surrounded by enemies. What I can do is I can carve into the ground with my sword, which will dull my sword. But I can, so I just had to look up the engrave command. But what you can do is you can press Shift E, and then you can write in the dust with your fingertip, for example. Or I could take one of my daggers here, and I could carve in the ground with 7 daggers. That's a bit... And then you can type whatever you want into the ground. So you can leave yourself notes, you can... Or what you can do is you can type Elbereth. You can carve the word Elbereth into the ground. Evil creatures... So see, I couldn't finish it there. So I only got Elbereth. And I cannot write anymore, but can I continue writing with my... So my daggers are dull now, but with my sword, do I want to add to the engraving? Yes. So I want to add an H. Okay, so now on the floor, no, not me. All right, let's step out of the way for a second here. So now on the floor, well, yeah, here you go. On the floor is engraved the word Elbereth. So Elbereth is a name of an elf in Lord of the Rings, whose name scares away evil. So now if I stand on this, evil things cannot harm me. They cannot attack me. But if I just written it in dust, of course, the dust could eventually wear down and blow away. Whereas carving it in the stone, it's going to be much harder for it to wear out and wear away. So I've created a spot where I am safe now. Unless I anger someone who's good, and then they can come and destroy me. But this is a place that will keep me safe, basically. And it won't wear out unless something that can destroy floors comes along. Or like, like a pickaxe digs through the floor or something like that. But the game is full of things like that, and discovering them for yourself is part of the fun. Now, of course, things like that, figuring those out on your own, you're probably not going to. But I think word of mouth is a lot more interesting than poring over the wiki, let's say, in that case. Okay, so the explosion of the door didn't actually do that much to me. All things considered. And yeah, WazHack is less in depth than the base game. Did I just try to pick up the stairs? See, I tried to pick up the stairs and by accident. I pressed the wrong button. And instead of it saying, oh, you can't do that, it's like, nope, you can't do it. And I wonder if you're strong enough if you could pick up the stairs. NetHack is the kind of game where you probably could. Or if you miniaturize the stairs, fall down the stairs again. I wonder if it's guaranteed that I fall down the stairs or it's just a chance. Okay, let's try reading one of these scrolls. So if you have multiple of a scroll, it means it's typically an identification scroll, and then it can also help you. If it wasn't an identification scroll, at least you now know what the remaining scroll in your inventory is. I would like to identify these, please. Thank you. Poison dart. Okay. And let's fall down the stairs again. Okay. But yeah, this game could last a very long time. So, and because I want to show off multiple NetHacks, I guess, I will switch over to NetHack 4 now. Okay, I changed my mind, because NetHack 4 is very similar to the ones we just saw. Graphical interface and everything, it's just a little bit nicer, a little bit better arranged. So I'm going to switch to FiqHack instead, which is my preferred way to play NetHack. And I kind of consider it my definitive way to play NetHack. So we'll just go through the character creation quickly here. So there's a few more classes in this one. Let's just go as a Valkyrie. And we will be a human Valkyrie. Lawful. And you have to be female for a Valkyrie, of course. So we will stick to the German. Frau. I should have done F. I don't know what Lord is actually in German. Führer? Maybe? I'm not sure. Right, it depends on your god for the starting story. I don't know if that's all of them or just in FiqHack. But as you can see, your inventory is always on the screen. A lot of information is always on the screen. I think the interface is a lot nicer to use. Like, that was just me hitting question mark there, and it gives me... Like, here's a list of options here. If I scroll down somehow... I'm not actually sure. Page down? Yeah, page down. Okay, so that isn't that useful, that one. But list of commands, here we go. So this actually tells you the name of the command for the hashtag, and then it shows you all the various other commands right there. It's all in one page, it's all condensed, it's very nice. Grab a blindfold. I think the dungeon generation is a little bit different because, or maybe it's just how I feel, but I feel like I always get blindfolds when I play FiqHack. But with the NetHack non-graphical version, you saw that there was like an interesting story going on of a lot of corpses lying around. But the graphical ones, there was just a lot of fights in empty rooms. So I don't know if the generation changes from one to the other, or if that's just coincidence. It's also a lot easier to see, like, oh yeah, that's definitely a potion right there. It's big and red. And it also has auto pickup, which is nice. And then if I want to use my potion, I can just very easily... Oh, whoops, no. Wait. I accidentally tried to shoot right there. But yeah, I can say, okay, I just want to quaff, and then I can look at my... I don't have to memorize the code of each of them, because before what I was doing, I don't know if you noticed, but I actually had to know which letter was assigned to it without being able to see it before. But now I can see it right there, so F is assigned to the Milky Potion, so I can just drink the Milky Potion. And an enormous ghost emerges, which frightens me to death. Okay, that's weird. So I can try to name Milky Potions now. So let's see here. Potion Milky, G. Call the potion Fear Potion? Question mark? So if I find another one, it will now be labeled as Fear Potion. Oh, it actually chucked a ghost out. Well, how about that? Is he hostile? Doesn't seem to be. And also, I don't know, it feels less laggy and easier to move somehow. So I can't, if I take off my armor, I'm not wearing any armor. I guess Valkyries don't really have armor. Okay. I'm not sure how to, I think you just walk into it enough to squeeze by, but yeah. I'm not sure how to do that typically. But it feels a lot more like Rogue, which I think is, oh, we probably don't want to get touched by a ghost. I assume that'll do like a level drain or something like that. But yeah, it feels a lot easier to move around in, a lot more clear what's going on the screen. This is how I highly recommend how to play the game. For me personally anyways, this is way better. Feels way better, looks way better. Much more user-friendly. Maybe it doesn't have that same clunky charm if you're into that. Whoops. Yeah. But it feels so much easier to play. I don't have to use the numpad at all here. Get the bug. A lot of bugs here. All right. I think one of the reasons I prefer Rogue is because the universe is a bit more coherent, whereas in NetHack it's kind of, like I said, everything in the kitchen sink, literally. So you'll have grid bugs and you'll have newts and you'll have... It doesn't feel like a coherent dungeon exactly. Not that Rogue does a great job of it. There's a lot of statues of Lycan as well for whatever reason I've noticed. Like it's a statue of a random enemy, but it always seems to be Lycan for some reason. It could actually be that it's based on the generation at that level, and Lycan are one of the weaker foes. And look, it actually shows you where you've been, so you'll notice that a white square is one I haven't been in. So if I stand on it, now it's brown. And that means I can use that to determine if there's a trap that I missed or something. So basically, stand where you've already stood before, so that you don't set up a trap. But it also gives you an idea of if you're looking for something, where you've been. And it feels like I'm playing way faster. I understand more what's going on. My eyes aren't getting assaulted as much by ugly tile sets. And it's the same game. It has just a few tweaks here and there. That should be a sink. Yeah, there's your literal sink right here. Do you want to drink? Yes, I want to drink from the sink. And then drinking, it doesn't say do you want to drink from the fountain. It says comma or something from your inventory. So drink oil lamp. That's a silly thing to drink. Okay, well, I tried. But comma just means drink from the ground. Oh, whoops, I did that again. So I would... it's not shift Q, it's just Q. Do I want to drink, comma, drink from the ground? Pipe breaks, water spurts out. So now the sink has become a fountain. And as you can see, things here in the bottom right. Things that are here. It shows you what you're looking at already. Chest. I do not understand chests in this game. There must be a better way to do it. Someone tell me. The only thing I know how to do, and it automatically fills in commands, which is nice. The only way to open a chest I know how to do is to loot it. Because if you try to pick up the chest, you'll actually pick up the whole chest and you won't get anything that's in it. So, now you can kick open the lock on the chest. Oh, I just kicked myself. Whoops. I was trying to kick the chest, actually. Not myself. Okay, so there was a potion in the chest, as you can see from the shattered. So now there won't be the potion. Or if it coded everything... Let's see. Chest is empty. So yeah, it used to have something in it, but I broke it trying to kick it open. So picking the lock or something would have been a better choice. But yeah, it feels so good to play, actually. I highly recommend this version over the others. So now let's just do a quick wrap it up with WazHack, which is even more friendly in some ways, but not exactly entirely. It's a different experience as well because it's real time. But we'll just switch to WazHack now. Yeah, all the time in the world, they claim. It also has a fun selection of classes that play very differently. And I think their business model is that it's free, but the fun classes, like you can also play this on your phone, but some of these more out there classes you have to pay for. I believe that's how their business model tends to work. And this loops us back around to this first classes, I believe. Some classes are easier than others. Start with a knight if you've never played a game like this before. Yeah, tourist. So tourist is a class, they start with a camera in basic NetHack. Let's be a tourist. That sounds fun. And so they can stun enemies with their camera, like with the flash, and they can take pictures, and they start with a credit card, which they can use to pick locks. Stuff like that. Alright, so I am now controlling with WASD. So time moves when I move. And I can click on things to pick them up. And you can click to attack. The length of your weapon will actually determine the range of your attack. It's a physics-based game, which seems strange. I think this game, it gives you a lot more of the chaos early in a lot of ways. So you saw he just picked up that hat, I believe. And if you right-click, you can look at everything on the ground. So I can pick up all. I can open my own inventory. I can put on the hat. And so you'll see that, I don't know if there's a quicker way to do it. So this +1 hat has the same armor as the iron cap, basically. But you can switch them back and forth. And I could drink this potion, which was a potion of acid. So yeah, you don't want to just drink everything randomly. If I want to try out these boots, so I'm wearing +1 low boots, but maybe I'm feeling lucky. Put these on. So they're decent boots, but my low boots are better. Your starting gear tends to be better in NetHack. And in this game, you can also, I believe, level up a little bit. Like you can get more skills with like pets and stuff. And these things, yeah. You can eat the goblin innards. Pick up the dagger. And there's also jumping. But I believe you can't pause the game midair. Yeah, don't seem to be able to. Jumping is mostly useful for getting out of stuck things or for hopping over, like where the ladder is. Pick up that mace. But it is essentially just NetHack, but side-on view. And if you... Okay, so that's a nice thing cats can do. Well, pets in general. So it hissed at this red-eyed shield, the orc high shield. So the shield's probably cursed. I want to take stuff out of the chest, please. So this was full of things. Nice. Okay. So one thing I should do. Yeah, so here's... so my only ability right now is to read. So let's read that. Let's identify that. Book of Magic Mapping. So you can read books. Oh, I can that was a good scroll, so I can identify multiple things. Sometimes the gems are portal stones or something like that. And I believe you simply... Holy booze. Nice. Magic whistle. I believe to use them, you just throw them? Nope. How do I use this portal stone? Drop. There it is. Okay, so you just drop it. And I've never actually used a portal. Oh, I see. It's a... That's cool. Okay. I wonder if I can... Okay, this is just for fun, right? But let's drop a portal stone here. Let's drop a portal stone. I'm pressing I to open my inventory. Oh, did I drop all 5 at once? Blue portal stone. Only 1. I could have sworn I had 5 of them. What's going on here? Oh, I'm using up his charges. I had 5 charges, not 5 stones. Okay, I was going to try to play portal. You know, have it come through one, go out the other. Maybe you need a blue one. I could see that being a thing. Okay, give me that pear. No, not the chest. Give me the pear. Thank you. Okay. You can also jump over enemies like that, of course. And let's pick up the blade bow. Cool. So I've got too much gear now, so I could probably drop something. Let's put that as my secondary weapon. So I think you can press swap. Where is... controls? Quick shortcuts? Can you make your own shortcut? Interact with your cat? What can I do with my cat? Feed, take, give, name, stay, come here, fetch, jump, equip. I can equip it with stuff. Cool. Name Sunny Cat is now... Okay, so if I press O, I just made a shortcut. So now I can rename my cat if I press O. And then I can do it again. Ah, now it's quick. So yeah, you can build your own shortcuts in the game, obviously. Dead Jackal over here. I think there is fall damage. One of the best ways to get experience in this game is to find a rat hole. If you walk into someone, you also attack them, I guess. Ooh, I'm almost dead here. So I'm going to rest. Ooh, first I'll pick up that wand of probing. Right. Well, now we know. Okay. So I will rest by pressing... No, that's read. Z. That's zap. Shift Z. That is not it. Okay. Rest, I don't know what you press for that rest, but you have your commands down here. I'm hungry, so I will eat... Food molds over time, so you want to eat the stuff that mold quickest, like carrots and goblin innards. Oh man, this game's actually so fun. I haven't played WazHack in ages. Because I haven't been physically able to. And then I just kind of forgot about it because I haven't played it so long. I don't need more boots. I mean, I could... Actually, what I could do is probe them. Kapow. Did that not... Okay, so I guess you can probe people. I'm a carnivore. Well, I'm a carnivore because I've only eaten meat so far. And I'm no longer able to jump because I'm carrying too much stuff. My cat just killed that kobold. Very nice of it. A small room. So this might be full of kobolds. No, let's not investigate it. Yeah. Okay, so now we want to... See, turn to a troll. Okay, so what happened there was I turned into a sewer rat, and all my clothes went flying off. And then I was killed as a sewer rat, and so then I turned back to my default form. And so now I'm naked in my default form. I was hoping to turn into a troll or something. Potion of speed might help a little bit here to get me a bit more action. Okay, so Holy Booze seems to have healed me, possibly. I'll get over here. Do I have any weapons on me? I have a mace. Okay, I'll equip that. And I just leveled up. So yeah, now we show here. So talents in this game are very powerful. You have no one more. A talent may not be more than one level above all of their talents, so you need 6 upgrades to have a talent at level 3. So gastronomy, you find more flesh on corpses. Food value is known to you. Mycology, you can make healing potions from red mushrooms. Commerce, shopkeepers take 25% less profit. Nightmare mode, you take 50% more damage but get more experience. Weapon knowledge, you can sense better weaponry when dual wielding. So you can wield 2 weapons and I'll tell you the one on the right is better. First aid, you recover health faster. Storytelling, and these depend on your class. You can tell a story momentarily, stopping all enemies from attacking anyone. You can detect blessing and cursed equipment after every 2 minutes. All spellbooks are identified to you. Grab first aid. Okay, and now there's a whole bunch of stuff here for me to grab. And I'll take all that. Oh. No, I don't want to do that right now. I grab everything. There we go. Oh, we seem to have gotten another kobold out. Well, we leveled up at least. Let's go with storytelling. Okay, so now in theory, I should be able to tell a story. And the kobold will stop fighting me. Okay, cool. And let's go... Can I put my clothes on? It'll take a little while, of course. Another level. Wow. Alright. What was drummery? Detect curses quicker. Let's go gastronomy. Alright, there's a big chunk of bread right there. I'll take that. So if you keep investigating the small room, eventually I should find some treasure in there. I don't need 6 short swords. And what did my cat hiss at? The short sword. Okay, so I don't want... A lot of these short swords are cursed, obviously. So yeah, I was saying a rat hole is a great way to get experience. So something like this. I'm going to upgrade my first aid a little bit there. And eventually, yeah, it'll run out of creatures and we'll find something else in the room. No, I want to open the chest, please. Thank you. A large shield. Ooh. And a bottle of booze, which is 400 calories. Okay. I'd like to have that on, thank you. And I should also put on my my shoes again. Where are they at? There we go. And my hat as well. I think I can also do multiple things at once, possibly, if I just click on them. Let's see. Ooh, rings of regeneration. I should be able to wear both rings of regeneration at the same time. Yeah, okay, and I seem to have a magic lamp. Aha! Oh, I was hoping he would grant me a wish. Maybe he's friendly? Let's see. Neutral. Okay, so he might not try to kill me. He might not try to kill me. Okay, he's trying to kill me. Right. So yeah, as this game gives you an idea of so what I can do, for instance, let's see. If I grab this bottle of booze and throw it at him. Yeah, look, I can make him drunk. And then I can throw this murky potion, which might be like another acid potion or something. That was a potion of fireproofing. Okay, so now he's fireproof. But I could whack him with one of these. Okay, nothing happened. And he seems to have been paralyzed by something. I gained 2 levels at once, though, for that. Alright. Cool. So I will take this so I can know if something's cursed, I think. And then I will grab more storytelling. And I guess I could have told him a story as well. But now... No, not the turban. I'd like to... I'll just pick up the chest and the... Okay, nothing. Alright, and what are these? Black gloves. I will wear those, please. Oh yeah, +3 gloves. All right, where's that turban at? Oh boy. So wasps are hard to hit. I upgraded my clubbing skill. Woo! So clubs now are better. Good. Okay. Yeah, so now I'm better at clubbing, I guess. But I really want to wear this turban. It's a giant turban, so if it's a large turban, which means you have to be large to wear it. Although I think you can wear something that's one size off. No, I can't. I do not have a free head. I mean, I do. My head's just not big enough. Yeah. Yeah, so if I became larger, then I could wear this turban. So this is all the stuff that happened. NetHack actually has more crazy stuff than this, but it's a lot easier to see all the crazy stuff in this game. And you see it a lot faster. So this is like a great entry into NetHack to get you an idea if you like it or not. I don't like the idea of like dumbing something down, but this game isn't really dumbed down. It's just a quicker way to do something. Because I'm not a fan of saying, oh yeah, you want the dumbed down version. But I am a fan of the idea of, you know, getting an idea if you'll actually like the game or not without having to invest a huge amount of time in it, let's say. Okay. So I do have a scroll of identification. I have a bunch of identifying scrolls, so I should probably look at this stuff. What are you? A scroll of light. I would like to identify whatever this blue potion is. Potion of hallucination, okay. And I would like to identify this scroll. Scroll of taming. Okay, so scroll of taming, very fun. Let's find something to tame. Something cooler than a giant rat. Ooh, rat meat, delicious. My cat, I think your pets can also level up. Curved wand and emerald ring. Okay, let's shoot the curved wand. There's a cursed wand that we don't know what it did. Okay, you can drink from the fountains here. You can dip stuff in them. Let's dip the booze into the fountain. Bottled booze is replaced from water from the fountain. Aha, right. Some water nymphs will steal your stuff and then they'll run away. So let's see here. Hallucination, holy booze. Let's go. Pow, get hallucinated. But I believe, yeah, they took both my rings. I believe now I can I eat them? I'm not sure if I can eat them. You could eat them if it was NetHack. So NetHack is clearly superior. And I can't wear this outfit, I believe, because it's too small. Yeah. But if I become smaller, it'll be nice to have a small outfit. Oh, I don't like that. Let's go. Pow. Yay! Alright. Now I have a pet spider. I kind of hate how it looks. I haven't seen a spider before in this game, actually. Whoa! Okay, that was a teleport trap. There is a map you can see in the top right here, which is a very NetHack sort of looking map. And I believe you can play on the website for free basically anything, like I said, but you can't play all the classes. And also, if you get to 100... If you get to 500 feet or 100 feet or something, then it doesn't let you go past them. I seem to be heavily poisoned. I will just drink whatever this is. Wait, has the spider betrayed me? Oh. What a jerk. What? Oh, wait, no, that wasn't my spider. Okay, that's what was going on. I was getting attacked by an enemy spider, and I thought it was my own spider. So I wasn't fighting back. Okay. Ooh, I don't like the flying through the air. I would like to take... Ooh, a lot... Okay, so there's another blue gem in here, so let's do the thing. So. Whoa, okay, ooh, no. Well. Let's try this again. Okay. Drop. Pow. That did not make it. Maybe not all gems are magical portals. Hello, I'd like gem, please. Thank you. Alright, I guess I should stop though, because my video is going to be way too long. But yeah, this is WazHack. Highly recommend. I just want to keep playing now. I have other things to do with my day though, so I will leave it there. And maybe I'll do a proper like playthrough of WazHack sometime, or we'll get it on the roguelike thing. But that was a German NetHack, I guess. So see you in the next one. Take care.